Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Designated Casualty, and today we're going to play State of Decay 2, Juggernaut Edition. So, today we're going to do a little bit of a campaign. I've played this game some. I've put in a little over probably a dozen hours trying to get adjusted. There is a lot to this game. So, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go manage our communities, and I'm going to go back, manage communities, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this community. And the reason for doing this is so I can take you through a quick tutorial. I have played about 6 days in this game, game time, not real daytime. And it gets harder. So today we're going to keep with standard difficulty. There are higher settings, and if you're up to those challenges, then God bless you. Yeah, you're a great gamer. I'm new at this. We're gonna stick with the standard and do the basics here. So I'll try not to talk over everything. I will just kind of do a general walkthrough here. Today we're just going to do the tutorial. We're going to get ourselves to base camp, maybe explain a few basics of the base camp, and go through here. So these are our options for characters. We are picking them 2 at a time. They come as a pair. You'll notice that there's some different stats located for them. I'll go through that a lot more. What you will notice is that you've got your one stat for character, another character stats here. So your basics are cardio, wits, fighting, and shooting. That doesn't change from character to character. Some will have a special stat. Here we see Nicodemus has 2 stars on the mechanics, and it does go all the way up, I think, to 7. Yeah, it looks like 7 stars on there. So we've got Douglas and Nick. Nick has some craftsmanship. Micah and Maddie seem to have, well, it looks like Maddie specifically has some really good chemistry. Nobody very good at fighting, if you're looking at that, or wits. So we would have to jump them up quite a bit. And we've got Raul, and Aria. And Aria seems to be an avid gardener, which will help us get some food supplies if necessary. So looking through these, honestly, I tried to record a tutorial a couple times, and I had one set that I got no audio on. I had to scrap it. Tried again, and got nothing but audio, no video. So I had to scrap it. So today is time number 3. Still a little new to this video gaming in general. I've done some back in the day. It's been quite a while. I'm more of a console player. But I did want to do some live streaming eventually. I thought I'd start with just uploading a basic tutorial on this game, get us started, and we'll get into it. I'll explain everything I can. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to do it. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I think we're going to try Raul and Aria for the pure knowledge of I haven't used these characters yet. So maybe their dialogue might be a little different from the few times I've already played with some of the other guys. Here we go. Let's get it going.
check this shit out. La Muerto's got no skin.
We need to go, like now. That gate won't last long.
So we are live here, and we're able to move around. There will be some options.
I told you we were better off on our own.
There will be some options.
The woods were way better than an army base stocked with food.
For us to talk, they're just gonna come in sometime. So I'll try not to talk over them in case you want to hear what they have to say. Specifically, as far as clicking on them to talk, there's not much of a conversation. They'll just naturally say it regardless. So. Again, I'm Designated Casualty, so at any point, if you have any questions, comments, want to like, subscribe, super chat, feel free.
Shit, there's brainless in here. How'd they get inside?
Maybe that's why there's nobody here.
All right, so a little bit happening here.
Where'd everybody go?
Looks like they left in a hurry, too.
You'll notice the zombie came at us. I did just start left-clicking on my mouse. That's an easy way to get them to start doing that. We do have a baseball bat. We've already damaged it down into the yellow caution category. So that tells us that it is about to break. Once that goes red, it will be broken and unusable. We're going to search through this box. Anything you see this flashing on, you'll see it's a searchable box.
Exactamente.
Just double click on the item inside. So we've added some bandages there to our inventory. That was a long search. I'll show you how to do a short search here in just a moment. So you can hold down shift and then do E. Short searches are faster. But on the other hand, they do make more noise. So if there are zombies in the vicinity, you will alert them to your presence by doing a quick search.
Exactamente.
So now that we've got this open, before we take the item, we'll see that it is a bag of snacks. It's consumable, restores stamina. You're loaded with calories, but sort of stores stamina immediately. It also briefly relieves starvation. So just like a snack, this will give you a slight boost. You see our melee weapon here is in the yellow status, so it is about to break. We do also have a up-close weapon, which is the so it looks like that's kind of a movie prop, but it's a real knife. We've got a quantity 2 of our bandages in our pockets, so we got our 2 pockets here. We do have a mark for a sidearm. We have a mark for a primary weapon. We have a spot for a rucksack and a spot for a small backpack. The backpack items are located down here. We also have 2 pockets that we can put items in. I'm not too worried. There was a zombie close, but whoever our companion is will kill them if we don't, assuming they're able. So, do a quick search.
Taking chances pays off.
Pick up another thing of bandages. So the movement in this game, in case you're ever wanting to play, you will control your look, up, down, left, right, all with the mouse.
Look around.
And you'll do your movement on the keyboard with the ASDW keys as well. I'm not going to try and spend too much time on this. Just going to show you some of the basics. We're going to go ahead and pick up some weapons. And there's not really any need to search anything because
The poor bastards shambling around would agree.
anything that has something worth searching in it is going to be blinking. So obviously my bat just broke there, so now we're in a spot to where we're going to need to do a better weapon.
It's gonna be stuck. Bueno.
And there we are. We've got a crowbar. So we're going to hit I, open up our inventory. And we're going to hover over that and hit F to go ahead and equip that. So once we let off, we'll now see our broken bat, which can later be repaired if we wanted to as an inventory in our backpack, but we have now our crowbar. And can actually get some stats on that if we wanted to. You'll see that you have different stats like impact, maximum durability, dismemberment, knockdown, lethality, quietness, speed, and ease of use. All things you want to pay attention to when you're trying to figure out what's the best weapon to take with you, what's going to work for you, and you'll see a couple different things. Your up-close weapon doesn't have much of that, those qualities. Usually it's some sort of a blade, razor blade, rusty screwdriver, you know, shank, something along those lines. Bowie knife, I think, is one.
Don't pop.
So we got another bag of snacks to go with our other bandages. And let's go ahead and finish him off. So you'll see a little mini map down in the bottom left-hand corner. The blue bar is going to be our stamina. So as we move around, especially if we were to sprint, which I'll do that now so you can see, start to deplete what we have going on there. Comes back fairly quickly in the beginning, but there are things, qualifiers that will take your stamina down. The bar on the right is our health, so we've taken a hit, but we're still okay. We can actually pop one of our snacks, and to do that we just hit F on top of it. But those actually hit our, those do stamina. It's the bandage that will fix up our wound. So we're now back at full health and full stamina.
Hey, check out these notes. You know, I'd write one for you if you got lost.
Why am I the one who's gonna get lost?
Okay, you can write one for me then. Damn.
Whatever.
We're not gonna bother with
Thanks
what's
for
on the note.
fantasizing about me going MIA.
Let's just keep moving.
I do dig that the dialogue's a little bit different on
Crew is
this.
gonna be stoked.
A couple of friendlies up here.
Shed's coming in all sides.
Looks like I took a little bit of a hit there. Gonna go ahead, keep searching.
Gonna be stoked.
Another bandage won't hurt. I'm not too worried. I don't have much health loss here at this point. Basically, we've completed all that. Open up the door, see what's
Hell is this
happening.
place?
The last stand for bureaucracy?
So F turns on your flashlight. It will not turn off automatically. Just be aware of that. So there are times that you will walk out of a building and still have a light going on. So you will need to turn it off manually.
Get it off me!
Looks like zombies coming over here.
He's just like that muerto we saw outside the gate.
Ah, damn it! It bit me. I hate that.
We both had worse.
So she's been bit. Zombie bites normally just hurt you a little bit, but there are special ones, which we're going to see from that. Got another note here, I believe. These are just the rules of the camp. You can pause and look at them if you want.
Police have more rules in fucking high school.
I'm just going to keep moving.
Shit, that spider's really itching.
I'm sorry. Be faster next time. Dios mío. The fuck is all this?
Oh, barf.
I'm already digging the variations in the dialogue from the other ones that I've already played.
That shit is nasty.
I feel like I'm burning up. Seriously, this is bad.
I'm out of meds, but I'll find you something. Don't worry. That's how you get killed, idiota. Que bueno.
Alright, so looks like we picked up another melee, and it's a machete. So you'll see, compared to our current items, the red means that we're losing a stat, and the green means that we're gaining a stat, being that this is a quieter item. Also has the ability to dismember. It's a little more lethal, a little quieter. We'll go ahead and switch out to that item. So we'll have something there. Not much else back here, but there is another bandage.
Pays off. This is useful. But I won't do
start
anything
out
for
with
that
the
fever.
tutorial. It's definitely worth picking that up. The more you get, the more you'll have. Now we get out of here.
Just leave this party.
We can make it.
Talks about crouching.
quiet.
So if we hit control, the left control to be specific, you crouch down. You can move forward with that button activated, even side to side and back. Actually, just forward, I guess. We have a zombie here. We're going to try and sneak up on them.
God, I'm awesome.
And we failed on that. So, basically, I was holding control, and that's not what we want to do. You want to just hit it once. As I said, this is still a bit of a learning curve on this game. There's quite a bit to it. And then the fact that I'm still new to computer gaming means I have to reacquaint myself with keyboards.
Yo, up here! Get to the ladder!
Come on, let's go, let's go!
So that's the screamer.
Wait, what are you doing here? The last evac trucks left days ago.
My girl heard the army ran these camps. Where is everybody?
Orders came in to close these camps down and move on. No more army, my man. Not here. Just a few of us dumb enough to stay behind. Only me and the doc survived.
Hey, not an exaggeration. My brain is on fire.
Oh, shit! Tell me what bit her.
Was this real nasty fucker? All covered in blood? What's wrong?
This is bad. Real bad. You need serious help. The doc should still be down at the S&B. Tell her I sent you.
Right. So the screamers are the armless guys, which seems like that would be debilitating for them. But they have a separate item, their scream. And when they scream, all the other zombies come running. That happens. Get on a ladder, you're going to walk forward until the guy flips over. Once he flips over, you'll hit the backwards walk button, which would be the S button. And that'll bring you down to the bottom of the ladder. A spar will jump you over obstacles. wander down there, but there's nothing really
Where
to
did
see.
you two come from? I thought civilians had been gone for days.
Hit E to talk. And pick a
Still
response.
trying to be. Was your friend bitten?
That's my girl. It was a zombie with blood on the outside.
I'm so sorry. You should come with me.
Oh God. That's what bit me, one of those things.
It's called blood plague. It's very contagious, and it doesn't take long to do its job.
What do you mean? That's gonna happen to me?
Not as long as I'm around. Hey, I could use your help. Take your flashlight, go in there and look for a sample case. I need you to bring it to me. Before I lost my team, we were learning all we could about blood plague. We developed a cure, but it only works if you use it soon after infection.
That crashing
The
sound.
army took our lab when they left, but they didn't get everything.
It's me doing a fast search. Nothing's gonna happen in here, I know from experience.
Did you find it? No cure? Not good. I'll need an infirmary to culture a new dose.
This is a glitch in the game on the tutorial, but they will start speaking again shortly.
Hey Doc, it's checkout time. Fucking Zeds are swarming the perimeter. Plague zombies too. I know you want to save Amari, but it's time for us to bounce.
Amari's the reason we have a treatment.
Exactly. Don't let that legacy die here. Other survivors are gonna need your help. Like her.
Okay, but I can't just leave. Not like this.
Do what you need to. But make it fast.
I'm sorry to ask this, but I need your help. I'm going to save your girlfriend if I can. Because no one deserves what happened to Amari. But I don't have the strength to end things.
I think we know what they're asking us to do. Please take this gun, do what I can. And he understands. So, like any weapon, we're going to open up our inventory first, get it out of it. And then we're going to hover over it and hit F to equip it. And you'll see it's gone into our equipment slot. And we have our stats. You'll also notice it says it accepts a muzzle attachment. So there are muzzle brakes that you can put on these things to make them quieter, a little stronger, do a little more damage. Depending on the type of weapon, that you get, we'll see how much the mods will allow it to do things. To aim your firearm, it's telling us we're going to click the right mouse button and hold. And so that gets us into zoom in mode. Sniper rifles, that will also get you into your zoom in mode for aiming. And to shoot, we're just going to click the top left button.
Perdóname. May God watch over you.
Yeah, a little bit of a dark start. But this game definitely has a bit of a darkness to it.
I know I have a hard time letting people take care of me. For what it's worth, I'm glad we're together.
Don't worry. I ain't doing the apocalypse without you.
Thank you for doing what I couldn't.
I'm riding shotgun. I hope your driving is good. I heard about a place we can try. Hopefully it's still safe.
Alright. And we're going to get in a vehicle. Famous movement keys in the vehicle. These things sometimes will go fast. They can get squirrely. In the tutorial.
No more army, huh? So, how do we survive now?
Hey, come on. As long as we're together, we can make it through anything. It sounds like we're empty again. We better be close.
This is the place. Pull up here. This should be safe, at least for a while.
It's rustic, but it has what I need to get started.
Alright, sounds good. Hey, girl, you still doing okay there?
Don't call me that. No, I feel like shit.
I'm not surprised. Your condition is advancing. You need to go to the infirmary.
All right, so we're now
Infirmary,
inside our
got
base.
But somebody better come up with an actual plan.
You keep blood plague victims in your infirmary to halt the progress of the disease. If you can bring them the cure, you can use it to save their lives. If you can't, you may need to kill them to prevent the plague from spreading. So you put them in a bed. Just being in the infirmary doesn't do it, but if there's a bed available and you can put them in a bed, you will stop the progression of their plague. But you still need to bring them a cure or synthesize one on the base or buy one. There's multiple options on ways to get it, and you have to give it to them before you can save them from the plague. Being in an infirmary bed doesn't mean you can't take them out, but the longer that they're out of the bed, the further their plague will progress if they have not been cured. So you want to keep that in mind. And she's looking pretty bad, but you can see that we've got about 44 minutes before she turns full plague. And that gives us plenty of time to kind of walk through our setup here at the base. So starting back at the beginning, if you look out here, and we will be interrupted from time to time, but you'll see that there's a little vehicle symbols. Those are car slots. We have a parking lot where we can park some vehicles. Just to our right when we come in is an open spot, and we can build a facility there if we wanted to. We do start with some options. We can build a couple extra beds. There are requirements under each of these items. The main thing that you're going to see is one person in labor down there at the bottom right. Takes about 6 minutes for this action to be completed, and it uses 3 of those blocks, which stands for building materials. Up here on the left, we can see our whole base stats. First, we have morale. Everybody's cheerful right now, so we're in a pretty good mood. The pizza slicer here is symbolic of how much food we have on hand.
I can't let that screamer bring a whole party over.
The cross here, so in 7, says that we have 7 medical, we have 2 ammunition, 3 building supplies, 4 gas cans, 4 actual survivors, 0 screws. We use those for maintaining and building equipment. I believe this here is our reputation overall. And I'm not sure what the 0 is. It might be defenses, but we'll get more into that as we go. To our left, when we come in, is our storage, and if we hit E on that, we can see a menu. We've got a couple different actions here. We can withdraw a rucksack if there's some in here. We can sort ammo, which will produce just a few pieces of random ammunition. We can load a gas can, so we can bring in an empty gas can in here and load one up from what's in the storage. And we can scrap materials for parts. So if we have some items that we can't really use or they're busted, can't repair them, you can bring them in here and possibly get parts out to repair or build something else. Anything with this big arrow up on it is going to be your upgrade symbol, and that would be the cost to upgrade it to the next level, which will allow you to do a few more things, in this case, store a few more items. There's also a mod menu in here. There's no mods in here right now, but you might be able to add some later. And each individual area is going to do that same thing. You've got different things that you can build and different mods that you can do. Looking at your build menu here, so you have a few different main headings. We got crafting and building, health and sleep, resource production, morale and training, and defense and utilities, leader projects, and daybreak facilities. So these are all broken down into these. Under crafting and building, you can build a workshop. This will allow us to fix weapons, craft explosives, And we can see our costs again down there at the bottom right. We've got build a kitchen, which will allow us to produce food and stamina items. We can build a staging area. This will actually speed up any other builds that we've got going on, including upgrades. We can build a forge, which will allow us to craft melee weapons, get materials and parts. We can build an auto shop. This is a spot where you can actually upgrade vehicles into things to fight better with. We can build for health and sleep. We can do a couple sheltered beds. We can do outdoor beds. We can do infirmary. We can do a barracks. We can do resources. We can build a garden, build a still, build a farm, build hydroponics. We've got morale and training, where we can build a fighting gym, build a shooting range, build a latrine, build a lounge. Defense and utilities, build a watchtower, build a rain collector, build a generator, build a solar array, build the Haven device.
This blood plague is no joke. You need help.
And then we've got leader projects. We'll get a chance to choose a leader once we get a little further down the road. Leader projects are going to be specific to the type of leader that you have. So depending on which leader we will have, we will be able to build an armory, build a sniper tower, build a field hospital, or build a trade depot. And then daybreak facilities. There is another faction of people in here called Red Talon, and in some way, shape, or form, these will either go into, I'm not sure if it'll go into one of their bases or our own, but it will be a something that we do along with them or for them. So anywho, so in there we have a bunk room for Red Talon, a workshop for Red Talon, watchtower, an officer quarters, or a Clio relay. So the Clio relay allows us to do drops. So there are drops in this game as well. All right, so we've seen all that. This is our command center over here. So if we open up this menu, we'll be able to see some of our passive items that we're getting. So we can add 2 outposts if this is our base. We can find resources, survivors, and we have 250 meters in either direction from the base of passive scouting, where we'll be able to see on our map if we have anybody coming at us. Over here we can click on, actually I'll take it back. So in the castle we can see our base outline, and we can see that we have some beds built up into the fire watch tower up here. We have our infirmary, our command center, 2 open spaces, 1 covered, 1 outdoors, storage, and space for 2 parking cars. So and that parking actually does have a Pilato CR in it, whatever that means. If we get an outpost, they'll show up in one of these 2 spots here. Different bases will allow you to have more outposts. This one in particular has 2. So we may have to move our main base at some point to get more outposts, or to build more internal, have more internal items that we can use. Upgrading the outpost will allow you to do all the other upgrades to the base as well. Here's our infirmary. This is where she's going to go here in a short bit. We'll do a quick run through on this menu. So we have actions here to treat the plague and infection. You get 1 plague treatment bed. So if somebody's in that bed until they recover, nobody else can be under treatment. To stop the progression of the disease, you can still give them a cure and fix them in the meantime. We can do craft items and produce meds. And we can do medical help, so we can view ways to heal the active character, or something that will work on the whole community at large.
So I brought it home.
This is how we upgrade with our upgrade arrow, and it'll allow you to do a few more items there. We can actually destroy this infirmary and build something else differently in its place if we needed to. And there are mods that potentially you can put onto that as well. Real quickly, we're going to head over here. We're going to look at the beds. This is telling you what all you get from this. You get 4 beds from this area. You can change characters here. And there are mods that you could add as well. Right now we don't have any. Your character will get tired and your stamina will go down. A way to fix that, fatigue, is to go and get in bed. Over here is one of the main options that we're going to be using quite a bit, and this is our supply area. Anything you go out and you pick up, you'll want to bring back and deposit in here. The only exception to that being rucksacks. Rucksacks will go specifically into our storage areas. So those are going to be for longer term use. And we've got another spot that we can open up here, which I think we already looked at. So being that we've looked at all that, we're going to go ahead and put her in a bed and switch to a different character. So we're going to go into our treatment in the infirmary and go treat plague and infection. We can see that we have 3 people that are essentially healthy and 1 with blood plague. So we've now checked her into the infirmary, which automatically brings us up to pick another primary character for us to use right now. Before we do that, well, let's go ahead and do that. For right now, we're going to go ahead and pick Davis. We are in the community tab of this menu. You can highlight a person by clicking on them. You can double click to move in or use spacebar. Regardless, right click will move out. And you'll get individual stats on each individual person in your party here. So we can see exactly what things we got going on. We've got some good morale boost going on with this guy. He's got good stamina, good health, and he is feeling very empowered. This is his community standing. So the more things that you do for your community and for your fellow survivors, you will gain standing. Eventually, if you get enough standing, you have a potential to be a leader. Leaders have special traits added as well. His regular traits here, we have active duty military, keeps hidden pouches, pack rat, so he gets a little bit extra carrying capacity. He also gets an extra item snack size. But he does take up an extra bed, so instead of just 1, this guy takes up 2 spots as far as beds go, something to keep in mind. We've got our cardio, wits, fighting, and shooting. And we've got our current levels listed there and our modifiers. So this is a good character. Probably going to take him here in a second when we go in to do a little bit more active, but we'll take a look at while the other guys while we're here. Guys and gals, I should say. Judith here says she's got an empowered morale as well. She's happy to be out of the old camp. And she does have some doctor training, so we can use her. She's still a recruit, so the more that she helps people, the more we'll get out of her. And she can actually handle low morale without being frustrated about it. And she gets plus 50% standing reward. So there's our cardio, wits, fighting, shooting, medicine. Medicine is great with her. So and we can actually gain some community standing just by giving some medical advice over the radio. So if we're needing to get a little bit extra community standing, she is a good go-to for that. Lastly, we got Raul here. Not used Raul before. He's one of the 2 new characters to me, so I'm reading this for the first time with you. Looks like Raul does have a little bit of getting anxious, and if he gets too bad on morale, he will get frustrated and possibly leave. Raul is a recruit standing, social butterfly, so he will give us some more rewards from that. He's also a heavy hitter, so he's a good fighter, and it will affect his skills. The anxious being something that will be a negative aspect for him. Doesn't have any specials, not much in the shooting department, but he's good with wits, fighting, and cardio. So, all right, that's our team. I didn't really look at Arya, so we'll take a quick look at her. Apparently she has blood plague. Her health isn't too bad, though. good stamina. And it's here. She's stable in morale. She'll be all right. And that's right, we picked her. She has a high lung capacity, so that's going to give her a lot of extra stamina. And if we have a garden, we'll have a morale bonus from that. She's a habitual volunteer and does have some gardening, so she'll be able to get us some yields of food and whatnot. She's a decent shooter. Not much on fighting wits or cardio, but we can build her. We have the technology. All right, right now we're going to go ahead and take Davis by hitting T for take control.
Some beauty rest, or even just rest. I'm not picky.
You know how to cure this, right, Doc? Please.
This isn't as good as having the actual cure, but I should be able to keep her blood plague from getting worse for a while. That is, if we can keep our supply of meds from running out.
That's bullshit.
Relax, man. Nobody's dying today. Right, Doc?
Not as long as we can find more plague samples and make the cure. The ones you found in my lab are good, but we need more.
Well, shit, we can do that. I saw a good place to hunt for them on our way into town.
West, top right corner, medical emergency. We're going to travel to the location on the map where Davis saw the plague. Zombies. And we're going to pick up some samples of plague from what they drop on that. Before we go that far, we're going to go ahead and do a quick look at the tower. Anytime you have a large, tall structure, you want to climb it. This is a bit reminiscent of Far Cry, if you've ever played Far Cry. It used to be radio towers in Far Cry.
It could be worthwhile to climb up and get a better look around. I can see forever from up here.
So like I said, kind of similar to Far Cry. In Far Cry, you had increasingly difficult ways that you had to climb these decrepit towers. The towers and ladders aren't too difficult to use in this game, but the mechanics are a little different. Instead, you enter survey mode with your weapon, so you aim out, and anytime you see a question mark, you just hover over it, and you start picking up knowledge. So surveying from the tower fills your map with location icons. Open your map and examine each icon, see what is available to scavenge. Use the information you collect to plan scavenging runs, and outpost claims. So go ahead and click OK on that. You will see that when we do this, we have a site surveyed bar up there, so it will tell you when you're complete. So the idea is you really want to scan in all directions and look for anything that you might miss.
Looks clear, but let's keep quiet anyway.
I'll explain that in a bit as well, but there will be plenty of more things to scan. Alright, we went over those. So, there we have a screamer. So we want to make sure that we take him out if possible. Those guys tend to lead hordes toward people. Not too dangerous individually, but they bring their friends. Nothing like zombies with leadership potential.
Seems like nothing more to see here.
Alright, so we've surveyed everything out there. Alright, so we got a couple different things. We're going to go back in. We'll start with the map here. We can access that by M, so we can see the screamer just outside of our perimeter here. We can zoom out and start to see other things in the community. So things that we were able to pick up on. We'll see a secluded house, a blue garage, urgent care, so we may find medical supplies there. Mart, so that we'll probably have food, storage lockers, if we have anything. This faded billboard, if we get up on that, you see the binoculars, so we'll be able to get more sights of what's going on from climbing that. Sparrowloft Station, Winchester Fruit Stand. That'll have some more food. We've got some camp stuff up here. Ranger Station, Ranger's Tool Shed. So we might be able to do some more outposts or something along these lines. See another spot to get some more top-down views. So when you see the red areas, these are where the plague is spreading. Anything with red eyes, any zombies with red eyes will be plague infected and have a chance to infect you if they bite you. So you want to make sure you take them out as delicately as possible or as quickly as possible, whichever way you want to call that. At the heart of the plague is a plague heart. This is what's causing the plague to happen. This one right here, you can see the Z's coming off of it, so it is asleep, but it's still spreading from its other zombies out there while this is happening. So you want to take this out before it gets worse. Left alone, these plague hearts will turn more deadly as it goes on. So we'll need to fix that if we want to keep our base secure and safe for what's happening with that area right there. You'll see that there's other plague hearts and sections going on. So we want to get to these probably almost as quickly as possible and get those taken care of without getting infected too much of ourselves, because we only have one plague bed right now. I'm going to get down off the tower for the moment. All right. We're going to get back to that menu for a moment. So we've looked at the map, we've looked at the community, we've looked at our base map. No, I'm not sure if we did look at our base map, but if we didn't or did, here it is. We got 2 open slots that we can create. We've got our storage, infirmary, command center, some builds, and a couple car slots. This will tell us more about our community in general. This is just a blow up of what we normally see up here. This is our community members, how many people we have available for work right now. Active effects, noise level. The more noise you have going on, the more you're going to attract zombies around. So you want to be careful about it, not make too much noise. As you get hordes coming close to you, your siege threat will come up. Siege threat gets to the top, your base will come under siege and they will try and attack. So you want to watch out for that. It's just a simple difficulty menu. We can change this, as I said before. Standard is about as hard as I want to make it for this moment. When you get to Dread, Nightmare, and Lethal, I can only imagine how difficult it's going to be. I've actually looked at, considered doing the green, to be honest with you. This game can get difficult quickly. So on the far right, we have curveballs, and we saw that there is a radio message you might have seen pop up on our screen earlier that there is a curveball coming, and that curveball is the explosive gunk zombies. So they will actively explode with gunk. We don't know exactly what that does to us yet. This is not active, so this is like a pre-warning here. When it becomes active, then we will know, and then they will start. We'll have explosive gunk zombies as a curveball. You can have up to 3 different curveballs going on at one time. They are all different. Some of them will take resources. Some of them will hurt morale. Some of them will affect the zombies on a individual or area basis. Some things are limited to a certain area. Some things are the entire map. Curveballs will end one of 2 ways. They will expire by time, or they will turn into a worse curveball if you don't affect a change or fix what's causing them in a certain amount of time. You will lose people if you let curveballs get out of hand, so you want to watch what's going on with that. All right. We're back, and we're in the middle of the base. You can see we do have a nighttime effect that goes on with this as well. So you have so many hours a day, so many hours a night. We've explored all there is to explore around here within the base. We kind of know what's going on. We've got our different members and it's about time to do a mission. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this video now. We'll pick it back up. We'll talk about a little bit more as we start to go around, and we'll start to see a lot more action as well. Give me a like, give me a subscribe if you feel in the mood. If you've got any questions, you want to know something about this game, I'll do my best to help you. As I said, I'm learning it a little bit as we go. I've played a few hours on it. I've done good things, bad things, learned a few things. There's still a lot more that I need to pick up. Before we go out real quick, I did want to also show you there is a radio menu. There's a few things in here. We can have it search for other survivors. We can do a search for food, locate medicine, locate ammo, locate materials, locate fuel. So all of these will highlight things on your map for where people are, where different things that you can use are. And that will be available now as a radio just off from your standard stats, your inventory, and then the radio. In addition to that radio, you will also have a communication radio from your command center. Certain things you can only do from that radio. If we open that up, what's the wrong thing there? Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's available yet. No. So unless it's already in our radio menu. Oh yeah. Okay, so it is. You open up the radio menu when you're over in the command center, and you'll be able to give medical advice, get medical advice. You can get a vehicle delivery. There's only certain times that these certain things can be used, or only one time that you get them, like supply drops. Available once per community. So once you're in an area, you can only have that one supply drop, or one time only. So you want to be real careful about that. Infestations. You can actually send people to scout out infestations and to take out infestations. So you can send one of your team members to go and take care of things, and these are free to use. I recommend highly that you use those. There's a multiplayer menu. I have not done multiplayer yet. We may add this in later. Making to find and join a Heartland game. I'm not familiar with what a Heartland game is. We'll look at that. There's a Daybreak game. It's a different type. And there's regular multiplayer. So interesting. We might try some of that later on. You can see our guy here now picking up as he's going. We're getting close to the end of recruit, so he's already gaining some time and some experience just from looking at some of these things and learning about how they work. As I said, we're going to end about here before we go out. Thank you for joining me. I am Designated Casualty, and we've been playing State of Decay 2 Juggernaut Edition. Join me again. We'll go out, kill some zombies, get hurt a little bit, come back and patch ourselves up. I'll talk to you then.